As Qatar counts down to the start of the World Cup, SABC international news editor Sophie Mokoena also spoke to environmentalist Dr. Talar Sazvaruglo at COP27 on how the host country ensured compliance in relation to the building of the stadiums.
As we count down to the World Cup in Qatar, I'm going to speak to Qatar about what I see here. Ma'am, can you briefly tell us what is this? What's happening here?
So first of all, thank you for coming. We're very excited. The World Cup starts in 8 days, so we're very excited to have people here. Today we're showing all of our stadiums. This is one of our oldest stadiums called Khalifa Stadium, Khalifa International Stadium. It was built in 1976 and has been refurbished to meet the requirements of the FIFA World Cup football matches. It houses 40,000 guests at any one time.
And here we have another beautiful piece.
This is one of our most beautiful ones. All of our stadiums are our favorite. This is Lusail Stadium. The final match will be played in this stadium. It houses 80,000 people, so double the remaining stadiums that we have. It's based on the image of the local coffee cups. As you can see, it's a circular image. And all of our stadiums are very sustainable in energy, water, access, so we're very proud of them. Let me show you another.
And this one, it looks like a hat.
That's right. This is from the traditional Arabic hat called a rafiya, which the gentlemen wear underneath their headdress. And it's designed by a Qatari architect, so we're very proud that it is designed and made in Qatar. It also hosts 40,000 people. So it's called Al Thumama Stadium.
What a work. And this one, wow!
Education City Stadium. It is in an area with a lot of universities, so they will be able to use it after. It's called the Diamond in the Desert Stadium because of all the diamond shapes that it has. Also very interesting. 40,000 people here as well.
Qatar showcasing talent. This one.
This is our, like the sand dunes, the emulation of the waves. It's Ahmed bin Ali Stadium, also 40,000 people. This is our famous Al Janoub Stadium. It is designed by the late Zaha Hadid, which is a famous Iraqi-British architect, and it follows the sails of our boats from the fishing villages next to it. Again, 40,000 people, but such a beautiful stadium.
When you build this stadium, you also took into consideration the issues of climate change.
Of course.
Yeah.
We had, and so as an exciting example, this is Stadium 974. It is based on the structure of containers. It contains 974 containers inside it, and it's our first completely demountable stadium. So it can come back down, like Lego when the kids make different shapes. So it can come back down so that it has another legacy and another life. And this is where we will have our opening match. I'll come this way. This is Al Bayt Stadium. It is the epitome of welcoming and hospitality. It's like the Bedouin tents of our culture, and it will host the opening match in 8 days from today. And we were talking about climate change for all of our stadiums. Each of our stadiums is energy efficient and water efficient. As you know, we live in the desert, so we have to be careful of the water that we use and respect it. We have conducted an inventory to assess how much carbon we are generating, and we are working on our program to mitigate, offset, and raise awareness. And this is part of our story.
You had to be very creative because this is a desert. This is not a country like South Africa where you have water, particularly during construction, but also during the match to ensure that people are dehydrated.
That's right. And so we were very lucky. Each of our stadiums followed something called the Global Sustainability Assessment Standard, which means that it had to go through a long list of criteria of ways to check that we're making sure to use water carefully, to have very creative ways to reuse water and recycle water. We have a recycling water network in the country to reuse water so we don't waste it from the first time. We are also working on making sure we don't generate a lot of single-use plastics. So all of the food that will be served during the tournament is on compostable materials, so it can turn back into compost and we can process it. So we are avoiding plastic as well as water and trying to be most energy efficient.
Well, as you can see, for other countries, adaptation has started. As you can see here with Qatar, the World Cup very soon, and these different stadiums they took into consideration the issue of climate change when they were built.
Thank you, Sophie Mokoena.